We hear a lot about pivoting your business because of the pandemic, but what does that really look like for your business? Well, let's take 5 minutes to talk to someone who's actually done it. Her name is Ellen McIlHenny, and she's the owner of CFOPlus Services. Now, truth be told, I know Ellen's story pretty well because she's been part of the Rev Up Society for a while now. But what she's done since the pandemic, well, it's pretty inspiring. So let's get to it and find out about it. Hey, Ellen, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here because we all need inspiring stories, but we also need some specifics like how did you do it? What was going on? So I want to start with give us briefly what was happening in your business BC before COVID.
Okay, for the past 4 years, I've been working with small to mid-sized businesses, really from the $2 million to $20 million revenue area, and I've been working as their fractional CFO. And what that is it's for businesses who can't afford a full-time CFO, but need a forward-thinking financial officer in their company, someone who does like budgeting, forecasting, and plans out cash flow.
That makes a lot of sense. I can see the need there. Okay, so that's what was happening in BC. Then the pandemic happened. What was the biggest challenge now for your business?
So I think the biggest challenge for me was it wasn't so much that I was losing customers. It was that business obviously slowed down for everyone. So they either couldn't retain me for as many hours or they couldn't pay me as quickly. It was a slowdown, but it wasn't anything that I was terribly worried about. All I wanted to do was serve my customers because everybody was hurting during that time.
Yeah, absolutely. So what did you do to pivot your business, even though you weren't necessarily losing a lot of customers, but this was not necessarily a sustainable, good situation?
No, it certainly wasn't. And what I did is I tried to take the time to sort of reflect on what I was doing. And I love the people I work with, the clients that I have. But I also have found another segment of the business, the small business group that I have some volunteer work with the SBA with micro small businesses. And those business owners are in terrible need right now because it has probably hit the micro businesses worse than anything. So I have taken this time to try to figure out how to work with those business owners, the smaller business owners, and make it scalable. So I'm putting together an educational program where I can do some group coaching for smaller business owners that I hope will be helpful to them.
We all know that pivoting can be a challenge, right? Personally and professionally. How did you personally stay courageous through it all?
Well, Mary, I think the most important thing throughout this whole time was having the Rev Up Society and having this group of remarkable women to bounce ideas off of, and especially you. I mean, you've helped me validate all of the things that I want to do and help me get my educational program together. It's been very enriching, and I've met some really incredible people during this time.
No, that's cool. It's been great to have you part of the group, and Chris continue to be part of the group. But I also got to give out a shout out because not only have you created this new online program, but you created a new website. You really pulled together what you were doing in a much more powerful way, and that setup I know is going to continue to serve you and your more clients going forward, which I think is really cool. So you might not have said it, but I know it, and I wanted to say that. So that leads me to our final question, which is, what's one piece of advice that you could pass on to others who are pivoting their business?
I think the one piece of advice I can give to you is to be bold and to find people to talk to, because this can be a very isolating time. And if you don't have somebody to talk to bounce ideas off of, you sometimes have those self-limiting doubts can creep in, and it's always best to have somebody to prop you up. happen.
Well, thank you so much for taking 5 minutes to share your story and help some others. I really appreciate it.